Welcome back. I've got you covered like a blanket of the Doc Bob Lee. You are watching Open. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for checking it out. And our next guest is the market manager of the Riverdale Y Sunday Market. And she joins us to speak about the food market and how it will be operating this winter. So please welcome to the show, Shira Silverman. Shira, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Dr. Lee.
Now, anytime anybody mentions food and a market and all that stuff, I start salivating. So you've been operating for some time, so tell us about it.
Well, the market has been open since 2011, and it was originally at RKA, and in 2020, we moved to the Riverdale Temple parking lot. I started, now that you're talking about food, I came on in September 2019, and I started with about 8 core vendors. And I can say with no reservations whatsoever that we have some of the best food you can find anywhere, especially at farmers markets. So we have the best bread. We have Orwasher's bread. We have the best farms. We have Doremi Farms and Gonzalez Farm during the season, and we have Orchards of Conklin during the winter this year. Yes. And and the best in General Cochran with the best meat and dairy. And we have the best. So salivate away.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to try to talk the rest of the But how important is this market? How has it been for the Riverdale community?
Well, the Riverdale community has been telling me over and over again that it is very important to them. Last year we opened during COVID, and it's funny to think of now, but at the time we were almost the only show in town because we were an outdoor market and people were afraid of shopping indoors. And of course, now the rate is, unbelievably higher than it was then. But we became more visible in the community because we provided that service. And since then, the community keeps telling us that that they really rely upon us. Yeah. And for this winter market, I've been standing out there in the freezing cold and telling people when they leave, thank you so much for coming out in the cold. And every single one of them has turned around and said to me, no, thank you for being here. Yeah.
I mean, it makes us feel so nice and warm to know that you're out in the cold serving this wonderful food and catering to people. Now, you had some problems with the scaffolding for some time because people didn't know where it was for a while, right? So you want to just let people know about where it is and that it's still happening, it's still going on?
It's definitely still happening. I'm a little afraid that I don't really know how many people went to RK instead of Riverdale Temple for all that time. There were probably many more than I know about. Yeah. But anyway, we've been in Riverdale Temple parking lot since the beginning of last season in 2020. And it has been great for us because Riverdale Temple has been a wonderful host. And they've let us do so many things. They've been so supportive. We've been able to do the food scrap recycling. We've been able to do all sorts of things because of them, because they've both permitted us to do those things and helped us work out the logistics. So I can't thank them enough.
Yeah, and people can find your market on the web. Well, what hours are you operating right now?
We're open 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Sundays.
9 a.m. to 2 p.m. So I got to write that down so I can come out and eat up some of your food there and experience the wonderful market that you have.
Definitely.
And what is that website?
It's on the Riverdale Y website. So it's www.riverdaley.org. And it's actually, this is why I grimaced, /community/Riverdale/Sunday-market. So you go to the Riverdale Y website, or if you Google Riverdale Y Sunday Market, it'll come up, I promise.
Yeah. And what are some of the measures that you're taking right now to ensure that the market is successful this winter?
Well, part of it is to get the word out, because that's what really the most important part, that people actually come to the market, because not everybody knows that it's there. So I would say that is at the top of the list. And that's why it's so wonderful that you're having me talk to you today.
Yeah.
The second is to make sure that our vendors are there, and that we can. I'm also in the process of finding more vendors, because variety. You always want more vendors. You want to have your core vendors and continue telling your core vendors how wonderful they are, because they are, and then look for more.
Yeah.
So really, when I think about the market, there are two things that make a market successful at any time of the year. One is the vendors, and the second one are the customers. And
Yeah.
that's what makes the market successful.
They work hand in hand. Yes, indeed.
Definitely.
But speak about the core vendors again. I mean, mention them one more time, and then let us know how other vendors can get more involved or can find out more about how to get involved with you.
Well, my eyes always go off into the distance, because I'm picturing the market and I'm going all around the market to make sure I don't miss anyone.
We can just mention a few of them, and then let us know how vendors can get.
Right. So I talked about Orwasher's Bread, and Orchards of Conklin, which is up in Pomona, New York.
Yes.
General Cochran Farm, where she has meat, and Ronnie Brook Dairy. Doc Pickle is coming every other week. The Cheese Guy is also very important, coming every week. He's been with us since the very beginning. Orchards of Conklin too, actually. We also have the Cardamom Man, I watched his interview on BronxNet. He does cookies and brownies, and he's branching out to breads and cakes. I'm always terrified of missing anyone. We also have some specifically like Bronx-based businesses. We have Echo Bronx. She sells sustainable products, a lot of household products, refillable soaps, like laundry detergent and dish detergent and stuff like that. Because that's part of our mission, is to be part of the Bronx, because Riverdale is part of the Bronx. It's so important to say that.
And if other vendors want to get involved, what do they have to do?
They can email me, and my email is sundaymarket@riverdaley.org. And right now I'm looking for, because part of a market is that you don't want to repeat. I mean, we're not a very large market. We don't have 30 vendors. We can't have 3 cookie vendors, for example.
So you can have another Doc Pickle.
No more, right? No more pickles, no more cheese. It's really very important. And so right now, I mean, I'm looking for hot prepared food, if anyone is interested, if anyone's doing hot prepared food. Also maybe establishing relationships with local restaurants to provide hot prepared food.
Yeah.
And hot beverages. We have Don Carvajal Cafe. See, I knew I would forget somebody. We have Don Carvajal Cafe, who is also in the Bronx, which is very important. They come every other week, and they provide hot coffee and coffee beans that they roast themselves. Which I'm not a coffee drinker, but I understand that it's really something special.
Yeah.
But we also, it would be nice to have tea and hot chocolate, and especially during these winter months, to get hot beverages. So that's what's on my mind. But if anyone else has any other ideas, that's how to reach me.
Well, we love you, and we thank you for sharing that experience with us. And we got to get out there and pay you a visit, walk around.
You're always welcome.
Enjoy the foods. Okay. Shira Silverman, thank you so much to Riverdale Y Market. We appreciate you.
Thank you very much.
Okay. We'll take a break right here. Bobby C is up next with the latest in the world of sports. You don't want to miss it.